And so knowing that life is always going to be difficult, knowing that life isn't really ever going to get easier, I think it's time that we all take a look in the mirror and understand we got to prepare ourselves for life's hardships.
That means I'm moving. I made a few mistakes, but I'm improving. I'm human, but I've been making daily resolutions. I got to. You might do it different, but I'm not you.
Hey, Mark.
I'm self-made. I'm
Hey, Mark.
doing things that
Mark.
I was never taught.
Hey, Mark.
Hey, Mark.
Hey, what's up? Welcome to another episode of Hey Mark, the podcast where I'm Mark, get to have open and authentic conversations about the things that, quite frankly, we don't want to talk about, whether that's depression, anxiety, mental health, self-development stuff, your self-worth, your self-image, your self-esteem, whatever it may be. Whatever struggles you have going on in your life, whatever struggles that you just really don't want to talk about. I think that, the point of all of that is obviously creating these types of conversations, creating this type of awareness around these types of topics that we don't want to talk about, especially, the ones surrounding mental health. I think that that's going to help out a lot of people that are suffering in silence. I think that that's going to help out, a lot of people that, were like me when I was a little kid, that just really didn't know how to voice these feelings, these emotions, and these situations because you just couldn't put words to it. So if you have any questions, comments, concerns, or anything like that, you want to ask me a question, you want to hear my 2 cents or just hear my input, you can feel free to, obviously comment it down below if you're watching the YouTube version. But if you're not, you can message me on any social media. You can message me on Instagram at Mark D. Hendrickson. I'll put it down here. Send me a video of you saying, hey, Mark, and, I'll answer whatever question or comment you have. Or you can just comment it below or DM it to me on Instagram if you feel like you don't want to be on the video, but you still want to hear my input on something. Feel free to just contact me. So let's jump into what it is I wanted to chat about today, which is, preparing yourself for life's hardships. And this is something that's really, really, really important because if you're anything like me, life is going to continue to throw you a bunch of curveballs. It's going to keep giving you roadblocks. It's going to keep giving you, obstructions. There's going to be so many things that try and stop you, slow you down, or make you feel bad in your life. Things that are going to try and hurt you, things that will hurt you, and things that, like I said, are going to slow you down or stop you from making any progress at all. And so knowing that life is always going to be difficult, knowing that life is always going to throw you these curveballs, knowing that life isn't really ever going to get easier, I think it's time that we all take a look in the mirror and understand we got to prepare ourselves for life's hardships. And so you might be asking yourself, how can you do that? Well, I guess it comes down to what it is you think that will get you through hardships. Most likely, strength, both physically and mentally, depends on the situation. Some level of discipline, some level of accountability, some level of being able to observe the situation that you're in, maybe some determination, maybe some grit, maybe some confidence to believe that you could even overcome the hardship that you're going through. So these are all skills, and you have to understand that, maybe you're like I was, a couple of years ago when I thought, I wish I could be somebody that could just be disciplined. I wish I could be somebody that maybe had more confidence. I wish I could be somebody that, had the strength to carry on. And then I realized how you can develop those things is how you can develop any skill. It's just by practicing, right? So I could sit here and say, oh, I wish I was really good at guitar, or, oh, I wish I could code, or, oh, I wish I could cook really well. But at the end of the day, all of those things are skills. And the only way that you can get good at those things is to do them often. And so if you're wanting to, develop discipline, you're going to have to do things that require discipline every day. If you're going to, want to develop self-confidence, you're going to have to do things that feed your self-confidence every day. All of these things that are skills, you're going to have to work on developing, especially if you're wanting to overcome the hardships that are going to come your way. And so obviously along our journeys, we're going to be able to get support, get some help, get some knowledge from other people, but it is important to build up that foundation of yourself so that obviously, You don't have to rely on other people. And for those times that other people aren't around to help you out, you'll be all right by yourself. We need to develop mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally. We need to be able to kind of take a step back and reflect on the struggles that we are facing, reflect on the things that we are, dealing with right now. Think about the things that we've dealt with in the past. Think about the things that have worked and have been successful with the struggles that we dealt with in the past. Are you able to apply those to the things you're going through right now? And then furthermore, once you learn about, how you've dealt with your struggles in the past and how you're going to deal with your struggles right now, then at that point, you can actually start to look at the future and start to think about any foreseeable obstacles or obstructions or adversities or struggles, whatever word you want to use. But after you've taken care of the past, after you've started to apply that to the present, you have a game plan for your current struggles, or maybe you don't have any struggles because you've already dug your way out of that. Now you can start to plan for the future. You can start to plan for any foreseeable struggles. You can plan for all of that so that by the time it comes, you already have a contingency plan set up. So if you go to take on these difficult, situations, or decide to, develop these skills voluntarily, by the time that life throws a curveball at you, you'll already be able to hit it. You'll already be able to overcome these obstacles that life throws at you before it even throws them at you. And so if you can strengthen up your foundation so much, not only will you become untouchable by these, struggles or these adversities, but when other people feel these adversities and struggles, they'll be coming to you for help. They'll be coming to you for guidance and maybe some support. So not only are you going to be able to support yourself through life's hardships, but you're going to be able to support other people around you through life's hardships. And once they learn those skills, they'll be able to help the people around them go through life's hardships. And so just by voluntarily taking on, some of the more shitty things in your life, you'll be causing a ripple effect. You'll be improving your life. You'll be improving the people around you, and you'll be improving the lives of the people around them. You won't even know the people that you're improving. And so you've obviously heard, a lot of people, if you listen to motivational speakers or anything like that, you hear people say all the time, like, do something that sucks every single day. And I always heard that, and I was super confused by it. I never really understood it. I thought it was just more about bragging rights. Like, yeah, I do all this fucking difficult stuff. I must be awesome. But then I realized that by doing those things, you almost create a new normal for yourself in terms of what you're able to overcome, what you're able to deal with, and your stress levels adjust to that as well. And so your normal stress levels are going to go down because you're used to dealing with stressful situations on a daily basis. And so if you're wanting to lower your levels of anxiety and stress, voluntarily taking on things that might stress you out a little bit is going to help you out with dealing with those massive things that, fuel your stress or anxiety. If you deal with it on a daily basis, by the time it comes around, that a huge event happens, you've already built the skills, you've already built the foundation and fortified yourself. You won't be shaken by the earthquakes that happen. So think about the last time you had to deal with some adversity, some struggles, some of the worst struggles that you've been through. Write them down or just reflect on them mentally. Maybe think about this or have a conversation with somebody that you love. Talk about the struggles that you've been through. And then maybe talk about the struggles that you're going through right now. And think about, how you've overcome these struggles in the past and how you could overcome the struggles you're currently going through. You'll make yourself a stronger you, set an example, and, motivate or inspire other people that are around you in your life to want to improve themselves, make themselves a stronger, happier, more successful version of themselves. And this whole thing will continue to ripple out throughout society. We'll all become happier, more successful, and more supportive of each other. So that's kind of my 2 cents when it comes to the hardships that life's going to throw your way or the curveballs that it's going to throw at you. And if you overcome these things voluntarily, if you voluntarily take on these struggles and you voluntarily do something that sucks every single day, by the time life throws these obstacles at you, you'll already be crushing them out of the park. So go out and be the best you that you can possibly be. Thank you so much for your love and support. And thank you for being you. You are the reason I do what I do. Much love and peace out.